successful for me with teaching music technology, as we use a lot of large files which we could never send before just by using email. So you were constantly having to put things either into a drop folder or share on the network. Whereas now we can easily send those large files between students at home while they're away, while they're in school, and be able to kind of get a bigger picture of what they're doing. Also with resources, being able to use much more media-rich resources, videos, audio, e-books, being able to share those much more easily than before.
So School eLockers has allowed us to give students feedback and able to see their own performance. Give them the opportunity in PE is not that common to see what they've done and to comment and reflect upon it. So for this example, I've got 3 different performances that a child's done in lesson. He can then record it, feedback, draw on the item what he's performed, and then it allows him to see the progress he's made.
I swing back to get the momentum and then throw forward. I swing 90 degrees.
We're struggling to survive. No money, no jobs, nothing. And all the while we watch the upper class get richer while we can't even afford a proper education. We have no opportunities because you are the people stopping us.
Well, basically, as part of their GCSE course, students have to evaluate their lessons and what they've done in them. And a lot of the time, students can't remember what they've done. So it's been great for me to upload video footage of the lesson and their work onto eLockers, and then they can watch that back at home to remind them of what it is that they need to do. So it's no longer a memory test. They can actually evaluate what they can see in more detail.
Which I can assess students has improved dramatically, so they are now getting their feedback usually within 2 days to a week of me collecting in the homework, which is considerably faster than I was ever able to do before. I've been using School eLockers since the start of this academic year, and because we're a practical subject, what we used to do was take the students' books home, mark them, bring them back to them. They can get pretty heavy towards the middle end of the academic year. And what we now do is we open up the page, we take a picture of the homework that they've done, we take the iPad home, I give them verbal feedback using the eLockers. The students then access this from their own computers at home. The feedback that I've been getting is that the students also share this feedback with their parents, so it's a really good way of keeping parents in the loop of what's happening with their child's progress, how they're developing and what it is that they need to do to improve. So it's made a huge difference to the logistics of our subject, the speed at which we can mark and how quickly we can give feedback to students. It's most effective when we do 2-part homeworks, so if we're asking a student to respond to an artist, we do that over a period of 2 homeworks. That means when they do their first initial response, we can give them some feedback, how to improve it, and those improvements can be made before they then submit that as a completed page that then includes the title and the writing. So overall, it's been a really successful and useful tool for us to have within the department.
I found eLockers very, very useful. In terms of homework, what we've decided to do as a department is that we put little icons on, and then I've told all my classes that every Monday I will set homework. It's dated, so they know when it's been set, the due date's been given, and every student, whether they're in the lesson or not, knows that's where it is. With regards to marking, I'm able to keep on top of my marking because if a student uploads their work early, it means I don't have to do 25 all in one go. I can do 2 or 3 a day, and that way it's more manageable.
I was very surprised when one of the more technically challenged teachers at the school had some help from a more competent teaching assistant, but created some lovely podcasts in French. And he was very pleased to have these put up to the eLocker, and the children have been using them to do revision. But even more impressive was last night when we had a parents' evening, and he was demonstrating these podcasts to the parents. The parents were absolutely delighted to see this kind of information being made readily available and easily accessible.
Also, being able to have your classes mapped out for you, so you just go to your Year 7 class and all the students in that class are ready there. You don't have to set up an email list, it's all just there. Being able to upload something once and all the students being able to see it rather than having to attach it and send it out that many times. Also, when they're sending in their work, instead of having to download it from your email, save it to a folder, all that file management system is taken out of your hands by school e-lockers, and it's just there. You can get it on your phone, on the iPad, on your laptop, and it's all there, it's all the same, and whatever device you've got at that particular point in time, wherever you are, you can access all that work and do your feedback.
In my classes, I've been trying to push students to collaborate in terms of their work, so writing questions for each other, which in maths is a great thing because it really shows, if you can write a question on, say, a topic, it really shows that the students understand what they're doing, and it actually is another way of testing their understanding, not just them doing homework. So previously, where I just used paper to swap questions that students have done, now I can actually just do it all online through e-lockers, and that's quite quick and easy. So rather than just swapping one question per student, if you only go write one each and then swap it, I can now pick 6 of the best and then send them to everyone, and that's their homework. They've got to answer those questions from e-lockers, which is really, really good. Also, another kind of homework that I've been setting, which I think is the students really enjoy doing, is getting them to actually record an explanation about how they're solving a problem, not just give me the answer or give me a piece of paper with their solution on, but be able to talk through, and that allows me to see whether they really, really understand what we've been studying, and I've really got a lot out of that.
My top 3 best things about e-lockers is that it means that all of my notes are online, on the cloud, and easily backed up. If I dropped my tablet today, I would still be able to access all of my notes without having a massive panic. Another advantage is that I can easily track the teachers' comments that they've made about my homework and how I can improve and meet my target grades. And it's also easy to track what homework I've even sent across. I mean, if I've met deadlines and made sure that I've got the homework there on time.